Hello everyone, if you haven't guessed already, we have another drum roll, please. If you can't tell, I'm making the drum roll bongos, so I hope my hands match up to the bongos. More play piercings, yeah! I'm addicted, you better be addicted because I'm addicted, because they're just continually coming at you. So I really hope you like them, otherwise, yeah, here's another play piercing video for you. At least we know things are very clean and sanitary. We've got some iodine. Looping some hoops in there. Actually quite pretty. Look, I'm not mad at it. If you haven't seen my reaction to the corset piece, was very different to that. Some can look so god awful. That one, in the video I reacted to, it looked so bad. I have to include the clip of what I said about it because it was just so ridiculous.
So this is something nice that I get to keep to remind me, you know, of a period of my life that I went through, and
it looks like
also just...
It doesn't look good. It just looks like you've grabbed your shoelaces out of your shoes and just like thrown them in a pile on the floor. I don't know if everyone had these, but in Australia as kids, we had these things called roll-ups, and it looks like the like long roll-ups that were like, not the like sticky ones, but the roll of roll-ups. That's what it looks like. Just like thrown at her back. That one just wasn't it. Not to mention that one was claiming to be a permanent piercing. It was done with dermals and it was just so not realistic. Don't do that, you do not. So to see it done with something that looks a lot more well designed and thought out is like, I much prefer that. For some reason, the back ones just like, ugh, make me shiver. I don't like them. It's probably because I have so much back trauma myself that I'm like, I don't want anyone else to injure their back in any way because it's not fun. It is in fact the opposite of fun. It is actually hell. Oh. See, I don't really love when they end up looking like that. For some reason, it reminds me of being at a butcher when it's like all that red and I don't know, like meat. That's so gross, but it reminds me of like meat sitting in a butcher. I think it looks a lot nicer when it isn't that raised and red and raw. So clearly it takes a lot of skill to get these right. Looking nice, even with like a bit of swelling, but without making them look like a piece of meat in the butcher. Okay, my very first time doing a play piercing. Okay, I won't be too harsh. I love how I'm judging it as if I do these types of piercings. Like, I've never even attempted one of these kinds of piercings. I do love a heart. Even though I think deep down it feels a bit tack, I'm here for the tack. That looked so swollen, but it's clearly because I'm guessing the other people, the other piercers, the other artists who have been doing it for longer, like doing play piercings for longer, are probably a lot quicker, whereas like the longer you take, the more swollen areas are going to get, especially when you've got so many in one area, it's just gonna like swell and swell and swell. So that's probably why it looked so like, ugh, swollen, you know? Here's a great explanation as to why from piercer, body modification artist, Dana Marie Dracula is their name.
Why do people get play piercings? So I do it for art. It's mainly just like an art form that I kind of decided and kind of found that I really enjoy. So I will create a design, I will have a specific model in mind. I kind of have a lot of models now of my own that I can just kind of pick from if I have a specific concept. And
whoa, I mean like everyone to their own, but like that's pretty cool that this person can just pull from models that are just willing to do this. It's not like the standard model who's just going to stand in front of a camera and take photos. Like they have to endure some pain in order to take the photos. So it's very cool that there are people willing to do that and that there's many people willing to do it.
They'll come in, I'll pierce them, and then I have a photographer that does photography for a living as well, and we both kind of do it as a hobby, and he'll photograph the models, and we'll kind of create like really cool photography concepts, all kinds of things involving the piercings that I put into the person's body. And it's just like a really fun way to kind of express myself. As for why the person might want to be a model, why they would want to endure getting the piercings themselves, for a lot of people it's very therapeutic. It is almost, in my mind, when you're doing some of these larger number piercings, like when people go up to like 100 piercings, like my maximum I've had done is like 175. It's almost like a spiritual kind of experience. You can have really crazy moments. Like I had a moment during my 175 piercing where I just felt like I couldn't lie to myself. It was that kind of like way you feel on like certain kind of substances in a sense. And like it mostly just brought me to a higher realization about myself and my life. And I've had a lot of important moments and thoughts during play piercing sessions that have really brought me forward in my life. And other people just do it because, you know, the endorphins that you feel can help them feel better, relieve stress, anxiety. It's almost like if you could imagine like a primitive ritual, some of the same benefits a person might receive from a kind of ritual, a primitive ritual, someone could receive from this as well.
Whoa.
Just a feeling of like higher spiritual connection and just a sense of like, I don't know, you just feel like you're really more your true self. So that's why I've chose to do it. You know, I have enjoyed my experiences and so have my models.
I was very lost for words throughout that whole thing, but it makes sense. I mean, I see pain very differently because I have chronic pain and it's not something that I would want to like willingly endure. And I think you sort of change your view towards pain when you have chronic pain, because I mean, I've been in pain where I've been in another dimension, trust me, but it's not something I would willingly want to do. I can see what this person's saying in terms of it being like a spiritual experience and something where like they felt like they're on some other kind of substance. I mean, some people take ayahuasca, some people want to do play piercing, and maybe they both get the same sort of spiritual experience. I haven't been there or done that for either of those things, and I don't want to experience any of them. So it's not really something that I can relate to in that sense, but I can understand that someone does it for a reason that like it makes them feel something. Maybe you would definitely be having endorphins running through your body. It would be a battle with your mind and the pain. Everyone has their thing that like works for them and makes them happy and makes them feel how they want to feel. So why should this be any different? But obviously people have their reasons for wanting to do this, and it's not like anyone's forcing the needles onto someone. Like these people would be consenting and like willing and happy to do it. If that's what people want to do, then that's their prerogative. I would just say make sure you get a professional to do this. Don't just try and do this at home by yourself and like create designs to do corsets and tie things on and hang things off. Probably not the best course of action. A professional is the way to go about doing this. This person definitely looks like they're very highly skilled and talented in this particular art. Always the back. Everyone loves a back play piercing. Look, the concept is there. It's cool. I don't really, like I'm not really here for those, the big, I don't even know what you would call them. They look like craft beads or something in between, because they're probably also pulling, like that's causing the needle to like lift up and pull on the piercing. And then there was like a hanging jeweled thing down the bottom. I don't know. The butterfly theme, pretty cool, but the extra additives make it a bit tack. With some of these play piercings, I get that people are trying to be creative and step outside the box and be a bit different, but it's like it's already very different. I don't think you need to add 10,000 jewels and weigh the piercing down to make it eye-catching. It's eye-catching. It looks cool already. I just find so often adding the little extras doesn't really add to the design itself. It's just sort of like, I'm trying to make this a bit more eye-catching, let's just chuck some jewels on. I think it would have been effective enough just being a butterfly. From heaps of the play piercings that I've seen already, most effective ones are really just the designs you don't see that often. Like you see hearts a lot, but I still am a sucker. You see just like the standard back corset piercing a lot, but a butterfly, I've only seen one of. Like that was cool and interesting on its own. And you've just kind of ruined it with the weird tacky things added to it. But all I'm saying is butterflies have the potential to be tacky. So let's not add any more tack to the already maybe tacky element anyway. Not that I think it's tacky, I think it's cute, I love a butterfly, but I'm saying for the majority of the world, lots of people find butterflies to be tacky. It's just how it is. Butterflies have just been world renowned as a tacky thing. Not ragging on yours, I have one on my body and I knew that going in for it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about why people do this. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like down below and subscribe if you're new here. Bye.